Last time on Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Okay. I went from 0 to 100 in seconds. Let's go! Screw time space. I'm Nox. Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Today we're going to go through 2 paralogs and go through the last mission of this month, which is dubbed Ritual of the Goddess's Revelation. So we're going to be going through that ritual at the end of the month. I don't know what's going to happen there. Apparently Lysithia's birthday is the day before whatever this big event is, so I kind of feel bad because it's got to be overshadowed. But, you know what? We'll make sure we have tea time with Lysithia. We'll make sure we make time for it. Anyways, this last episode we went through a character revelation, which is the fact that Sothis is now kind of gone. Our hair is a shade that I really don't like in-game. I don't mind it when I see a bunch of artists drawing the new shade of green that Nox has, but I do mind it when it's in-game and it looks like it's this weird gray. Like, honestly, in-engine, Nox's hair looks freaking ugly. It doesn't show up right now because we're only seeing a certain angle of lighting, but under most lighting, his hair just looks so bland. I don't like it at all, I have to say. I know that's a weird complaint to have, but I don't know. Feels like a downgrade, honestly, when it's supposed to be an upgrade, because now Sothis is with us forever. 5 ever. By the way, a bunch of people are like, hey, Xeno, do the supports. I don't know if you guys realize this. There are a few I can do. Actually, there's quite a few I can do. So you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to go through the first battle, and I believe I can open the supports in battle and actually read through those, but I'm not sure. So, you know what? We'll actually go through a bunch of these B supports we have left. Pretty much all of these A supports I can't even do, so there's really no point. Apparently I have a C support with Rhea, but I've missed the opportunity to deepen this bond. Whatever I was supposed to do with Rhea to get on her good side, I didn't do. Probably same with Seteth, but honestly, I don't mind that at all. I wanted to take more time to spend with the students, rather than the teachers who are being ominous and not telling me shit and walking around behind everyone's backs and hiding things. I'd rather just talk to my students, honestly. So you know what? No regrets in that department. Anyways, let's do some supports. Lauren's Leonie.
Hello, Leonie. Busy as usual, I see.
Yep, lots to do. Not like you fancy nobles. Hey, can't you see all this stuff I'm carrying? Come on, move over already.
Alas, I cannot comply with your request.
Can't even ask a noble to take a step to the side, huh? That's a joke, right? You're kidding.
You've injured your foot. I could tell immediately by the way you are favoring it.
What?
Heavy lifting will only worsen the injury. Please, permit me to examine it.
Hey, cut that out. Isn't that improper or something, bowing to a commoner?
I am not bowing to you. I am tending your wound.
That's not what it'll look like. Hey, it's fine. Leave it.
Easing the burdens of the common folk is a natural obligation of the nobility. Now hold still and keep quiet for a moment, if you would be so kind.
That's a real pretty way to talk about sitting around in castles doing nothing. Let me tell you, everyone in my village is so grateful to be taxed up to the eyeballs for the privilege of... Ow!
Oh, it's quite swollen. And you're feverish. Fortunately, I do have an ointment here that should be of use.
Lawrence, why do you just carry around ointment with you at all times? You know what? I'm not gonna ask. I'm never gonna ask when it comes to you, Lawrence.
What? You just carry that stuff around with you?
Certainly. It won't do to be unprepared if I happen across someone in need.
I don't get you, Lawrence.
It seems I've neglected to pack bandages. I'm afraid this handkerchief will have to suffice.
What, that fancy thing? Bit of a waste, isn't it? Hey, no thanks. I don't need some noble's pity.
What about the help of a friend? I am as much that as I am a noble, if you recall.
More of your weird logic.
There. That should ease the pain. And since you are recovering, allow me to carry this burden for you as well. There we are. Now, farewell.
I really don't understand that guy. Oh no, I completely forgot to thank him.
You were too busy scolding him for nothing. Do you know what I find kind of funny about Lawrence's supports? I feel in like, well, obviously I can't see the end of a lot of these supports because, you know, they're A rank and I can't get there yet. But I feel like a lot of his supports, he actually winds up being on the good side with a lot of girls. Like, a lot of them, especially Marianne's, like... And speaking of that, they actually have a support with each other.
What are you writing there, Hilda? Wait.
Of course.
Ah!
It's a pain.
I'm doing this in all games lately. I'm super sorry.
Otherwise he'll worry.
What are you doing there? What are you writing there, Hilda? Wait, let me guess. You're replying to one of your brother's letters, right? That's not what Claude sounds like at all. And then Hilda's like, of course, it's a pain, but I make sure to always send him a response, otherwise he'll worry. That's not what she sounds like at all, but that's what she looks like.
It's much easier than when we lived together. A few letters here and there are a small price to pay for this peaceful, brother-free environment.
Well, that's a fine thing to do regardless of your reasons. As for me, it's been far too long since I've written to my parents.
Oh, I thought your father had died.
Not quite. He's still alive and kicking, as far as I know. The late Duke who died in an accident was my uncle.
I see. I do recall you mentioning that your mother was born into the Regan family. What's your father like, if you don't mind me asking?
He's quite the extravagant character. When I was a kid, he used to tie me to a horse and drag me around.
What?
Excuse me?
In all fairness, I was quite a little brat. The horse thing sounds worse than it is. There's sort of a trick to it.
A trick I hope I never need to learn. Your mother didn't step in and make him stop?
Gods no, she'd just laugh right along with him. If my father is extravagant, my mother's more like a warrior goddess, or maybe a demon queen.
Claude, I feel like your parents explain a lot about you.
This one time, she got into an argument with my combat instructor and wound up in a full-on fist fight with the guy.
Claude, I need a sitcom of your parents. That's all I want. That would be hilarious. And Claude's mother sounds like a real noble.
What's more, she won. My instructor was a mighty warrior, undefeated in 100 battles, but even he was no match for her.
Huh? But your mother is a lady of nobility.
True, but she was the kind of woman to elope with the man she loved and throw it all away. Not your average duchess at all.
Ooh, they eloped. I like that. It's so romantic. Imagine abandoning your family forever to be with the one you love. Not everyone can do that.
It's not a question of can, it's a question of will. Even someone like you who generally despises effort would pull out all the stops for something you really care about. Isn't that right?
Excuse me? I put in plenty of effort.
Oh yeah, right.
Hey, that was a compliment. Anyhow, I look forward to the day when something inspires you to try your absolute hardest. It will be something to behold.
Yeah, it will be. I wonder what that thing might be. The thing that pushes Hilda to actually try. Hilda Marianne.
You've been an enormous help. Thanks so much.
Excuse me. I have some more supplies that just arrived for the infirmary.
Oh, were there more? I thought I'd gotten them all.
I just have bandages and other small things, but there might be more coming.
Well, I just got the boys to bring in the heavy bottles. Looks like we can't fit all of it without some rearranging, though. You know, if you'd arrived earlier, you could have helped me tidy up.
My apologies.
I don't really need your apologies. I need your help.
Oh, okay. How can I help?
How can you help? I said tidy up, didn't I? See the shelves there? See if you can clear out some space and tuck away the bandages.
I can try.
I really don't know where this one's going.
Hey, careful, Marianne. There's some strong stuff in those bottles.
I'm sorry,
No, look, just leave the bandages for now and move the bottles from the shelf.
Oh, that's right. That's what was going on with support. Hilda keeps telling Marianne to do things, but Marianne kinda has a persecution complex. And it's really holding her back from doing things properly because she's always nervous about messing them up.
I can do that. Now the bandages fell.
No! So in the end, I did it all by myself. I'm sorry that I was no help. I just got in your way. It's fine. We'll even it out with pastries.
Pastries?
You want me to get you pastries? I guess I can. You seem so thoughtful and composed, but you're surprisingly clumsy. It's such an odd mix. I practically have no choice but to take over for you. You're right. I'm sorry.
Hilda and Marianne have attained support level B. Let's do Ignatz Leonie.
Who's there?
How come for half of Leonie's, I guess she likes hunting, so that's kind of what she does, and she trains a lot, but like, for half her support, she's just standing out in the middle of some foggy forest.
Oh, hey, Ignatz.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It was just really easy to find you, since I always hear screaming from the forest all the time. And it's usually you, actually.
Relax. You're not interrupting.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were training out here.
I sometimes come here to practice by myself. It's more like a real battlefield, you know? Shooting the targets in the yard lets you train your aim and all, but the tension just isn't the same.
I know, these trees. Threatening.
You're right. A real battlefield feels quite different. But if that's the atmosphere you want, I feel even more like I'm intruding.
Oh, knock it off. You're already here. May as well stick around while I catch my breath.
Ah, okay, sorry. Thank you. Sorry to bother you.
You know you've said you're sorry about a dozen times since you got here.
Oh, I'm so... Ah.
Ingrid was the same way.
It's fine. I guess it's part of your charm. Hey, what's that bundle of papers? Oh, did you come here to paint?
Confirmed, Ignatz is a Canadian painter night assassin.
I remember now. Someone said you're a great artist. You paint a lot, right?
Yes. Yes. When I have the time, that is. I enjoy painting. It helps me relax.
Oh, well, that could be your thing.
My thing? Huh? What do you mean?
Last time we talked about it, you said you didn't have a thing you were really amazing at. But if you like painting so much, it must be a skill you're looking to master.
My paintings are nothing but a hobby. Besides, I'm not that good. I never took art lessons. When I was little, I drew a picture for a young girl. The picture made her so happy that I decided to keep at it. That's how it started.
Aww.
So you're practicing your art to make other people happy? Is that it?
Oh no, that's an overstatement. I must insist again, it's just a hobby. Even if I were to become a master artist, it wouldn't be a useful skill.
I hate all of Ignatz's supports. Not because they're bad, because they're not, but boy oh boy do I not like hearing efforts going unrewarded.
Aren't you from a merchant family employed by the nobles? I think it would be really useful there.
I'm not inheriting the business. My brother is. My father said that I'm to become a knight.
I really want to take a look at your father and really, like, poke around in his brain, because I don't know what your brother looks like, but your brother must not be very burly if he's going to be the one that's going to be taking over the mercantile business. Well, you somehow got appointed as a knight? It's not exactly, like, built for it or anything. I don't know why his dad just looked as like, son, you're going to be a knight.
So my art won't do anyone any good. At all. Ever.
Damn.
Oh, Ignatz.
No, don't end the support there. I was actually really interested in that. Alright, time to listen to Bernadetta get yelled at more by Ingrid. By the way, the Bernadetta, or at least Bernadette, is apparently a German name, which, funnily enough, means brave as a bear, I suppose it's supposed to be. And I find that hilarious, because she's quite the opposite of that. Anyways, on to the support.
Ah, there you are. I just checked your room, but obviously you weren't in there.
Oh, you didn't break the door down again looking for me, did you?
No, that was the professor this time, actually. He was yelling something about fishing, and Bernadetta's just like, oh no, not again.
Of course not. I'm not unreasonable. I just wanted to discuss something with you.
Discuss? Is that really all?
Okay, I can handle that.
Firstly, I'd like to apologize for breaking down your door. I'm sorry. It was perhaps a bit rash. There was a period of time, quite a while ago, when I acted much the same as you. I spent many hours locked away in my own room.
You did? Really?
Really? Because I understood where you were coming from, I knew I had to intervene.
Now that I think about it, this school does have a lack of, like, staff outside teachers and knights. Because they have the knights that protect this area, and then they have the few professors, but you don't really see that many. You see a lot of merchants, I suppose, but you don't really see any maintenance guys or, like, janitor equivalents. I don't know.
Whether you're hiding under your pillows or not, trouble will come our way sooner or later. At that time, is it better to have wasted your energy hiding away? Or better to have spent it honing your skills so that you can lend a hand?
But even if I did train, what's the point? It's not like it would do much good.
Don't speak so disparagingly of yourself. It doesn't help things. You have plenty of strengths.
No, you think so?
Just look how quickly you sprint back to your room, for example. With more practice, I have a feeling you could outrun most anyone. You're also exceedingly talented in the arts. Surely there's a creative way to apply those talents on the battlefield.
Wait, Bernie does art?
Stop wasting your breath and energy on putting yourself down. Just try your best.
Now that I think about it, I really like Bernadetta, if you guys can't already tell. But, I haven't really heard about her hobbies or anything she really likes to do. I don't know if I've just skipped over those supports, but it's not really clear what she does for fun.
I'm not giving up on you. You have so much power in you, just waiting to be unleashed.
You really believe all that? That's so nice. All right. For you, Ingrid, I'll do it.
Excellent. Let's be on our way.
Hey, wait! What are you doing? I didn't agree to this! Put me down! Do you have to be so bouncy?
That got us here much quicker, don't you think? Let's begin. Let's warm up by sparring.
I just like to think that she runs into the arena hall, everyone's dueling, and then she just, like, throws Bernadette on the floor, and she's like, slam dunk. Alright, time to train.
Oh, stop, please! I surrender!
You haven't even started, how can you surrender?
Giving in so soon? There's no such thing as surrender on the battlefield.
I mean, there is. There's actually a famous general that was a pro at surrendering. I'm not sure if you've heard of him before, though. He's kind of unorthodox.
Ow!
Alright. Oh, Claude Ingrid. More of Ingrid yelling at Claude for an entire
Ingrid.
support.
Hello.
He sounds so disinterested. Oh boy.
Yes, Claude?
Listen, I know you and I don't always get along. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry if my way of being is upsetting to you.
If anyone should be making apologies, it's probably me. I've been overly harsh toward you on more than one occasion. As you might have noticed, I'm close friends with a certain someone who has caused me no end of trouble since we were very young.
Which one is she? Sylvain? You have a lot of friends who cause trouble.
You remind me a bit of him, and I think I've projected my annoyances at him onto you at times.
You're talking about Sylvain, right? Huh. Are he and I really that similar?
Not in every regard, no. You certainly seem to treat those of the opposite gender with quite a bit more respect, for one thing.
Well now, I'll take that as a compliment.
You also speak to me in a much more amicable manner than my dear friend ever does.
Okay, I have to ask you something, but only if you promise not to show me your angry lines again. Doesn't that straight-laced personality of yours make life harder than it needs to be? I feel like there are plenty of people who'd like to get to know you better, but who are scared off by your, well, intense attitude.
Oh, really?
Really. I'd say that especially applies to most of the folks you go around giving lectures to. We're all friends here, Ingrid. We all trust each other with our very lives on the battlefield. Shouldn't we try to accept each other?
Claude's like, and that's why Bernadetta's hiding under the dining table over there. You see Bertie under the table, like, shaking. She's like, don't tell her I'm here. Maybe if I don't move, she can't see me.
You have a point.
I sure do. Besides, with a cute face like yours, I bet you could win anyone over if you just threw out a smile now and then.
I've got better things to concern myself with. In any case, you speak as though you know so much about wooing the masses. But I would wager that many of our classmates find it difficult to trust one as slovenly as yourself.
Oh, another lecture. I see you took my words to heart. Look, let's just call a truce, shall we? How about we agree that we could both learn something from our chat today? If you'll make an effort to smile more, I'll try my best to set a better example for everyone.
That seems like an unreasonable thing to ask of you. I wonder if you're capable of such a thing.
Wow, Ingrid. Just burn him while he's down.
And it's perhaps equally wild to ask an ice block like you to melt. But let's give it a try. What do you say?
I suppose it's only virtuous to ask as much of myself as I'm asking of you. Very well. I accept your challenge.
Nox is just walking down the hallway. He's like, hey, Ingrid. And she just uncomfortably, unendingly smiles at him. And he's like, I'm just gonna go. And lastly, we have the start of a Felix Annette support, which I've heard is actually really good. I have a friend outside of YouTube that's actually talked to me about this support. He hasn't talked to me about what's in it, but he's excited for me to get to it.
Today's dinner is steak and then a cake that's yummy yum. Now it's time to fill my tummy tummy tum.
I love all the songs Annette sings. She's so adorable.
Oh, this mountain of sweets and treats that I long to eat. Oh, stacks of steaks and cakes and crumbs and yums.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Felix, you were listening, were you?
I heard enough to know that you're hungry.
No, I mean, well, yes. At least tell me you didn't see the dance.
I will never understand what Annette does. Like, she's sitting there in the hallway singing. She's like, la 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 la. And then when people come in, she's like, what? You could hear me singing? It's like, yes, everyone can hear you from a mile away.
You have nice footwork. Get something to eat. I can take over watering the plants.
You're evil, Felix!
What? What do you mean you're evil? I just had a mental picture of Annette holding up a cross to Felix, like, be gone, demon.
And you're shouting.
You can't just spy on people while they're singing without even saying anything. It's not right.
I actually did call out that I was coming in. It's not my fault you didn't hear.
Well, you need to speak louder then. Ugh, this is so embarrassing. And of course I was singing some silly food song I made up. I should have been singing about bears or swamp beasties.
I didn't realize there were songs about bears and swamp beasties. That food song seemed to be close to your heart. Your stomach isn't far from your heart, after all.
Oh, you are the worst!
Huh. What was that about?
I feel like every support with Felix is like, huh, they ran off pissed at me again. I wonder what I did. I'll never understand.
Wouldn't want them to get thirsty, or they might start singing too.
Alright, and lastly, the Lysithia Leonie support.
Hey, I'm about to take out the trash. Got anything you want me to take?
How about these? Just some old study notes of mine.
Wow, that's quite the pile there. You sure it's all fine to throw away?
Of course. It's all safely stored in my brain now. If I concentrate, I can access any of it with ease.
Why am I not surprised? I wish I had even half your power of concentration.
Why do I feel like Lysithia is the type of person that if you ask them if water's wet, they would come back to you a week later with a detailed essay on why water is indeed wet?
Okay, here we go. Ugh, this is pretty heavy. Well, it'll be a good workout. Oh, but you were telling me not to take my training so lightly. Still, can't hurt to get a little exercise in. I'll just take it at a run. See you later. What is it, Lysithia? Was there something in that pile of paper you wanted to hang on to after all?
No, that's not it. There's just something I want to say to you. I'm sorry for saying your way of doing things was inefficient. You've clearly grown plenty strong, doing things as you have. Not to mention, multitasking and training in that way surely presents interesting challenges.
Well, sure. But if everyone has their own methods, then your methods aren't wrong either. All you did was share them with me, so there's no need for apologies. Still, it's probably beyond me to imitate your levels of focus and concentration. How do you even manage to throw yourself into only one thing like that?
I haven't much choice. I can't waste even a single moment.
I can understand that. I'm sort of the same way. I hate feeling like I'm not getting enough work done. Anyway, you should just do what works for you. You've got something you want to achieve, right? That's why you feel pressured to study so hard.
Yes.
Then focus on what matters to you. Leave the rest to people who have the time for it. And hey, if you need any heavy lifting done, you know where to go. The way I see it, it's all training.
You know, Leonie, you're so kind, so strong.
Whoa, what's with the compliments all of a sudden?
I was just thinking what an incredible partner you'd make. Really, you've got all of the perfect qualities.
What?
I'm not simply saying that. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
You're making me blush. What a strange way to compliment someone.
Well, that support ended pretty happily. Okay, anyways, I can't do any of my other supports now, so, yeah, we're just gonna go do our thing. On to the paralogs. First off, Manuela and Hanneman.
It's raining, Professor. On rainy days, the wound I got from the Death Knight hurts like fire.
Is that a thing? Sorry, I actually wouldn't know. It doesn't rain much where I live in the desert. So, if that's a thing, tell me about that or how that works, because I don't know, I've never heard that before.
Every time it aches, I get angry. You understand, yeah?
Or is it sort of like a phantom pain thing, and it, like, the day it happened, it was raining, and now every time it rains, she thinks of that event.
I'm sure they had their reasons to kidnap Flame, but still, did they really need to stab me? What'd I have to do with it? They ruined my beautiful porcelain skin. Worse, they took off before I could stab them back. So rude.
I agree.
That's rather enough, Manuela. Cease your moaning and give the professor a break.
Oh, stuff it, Hanneman. Unlike you, the professor has a big heart and listens to me talk about any problem I have.
Actually, I have to go, so can I,
More likely, your incessant ramblings offer no chance to interrupt.
Can I...
Is that true, Professor?
I don't want to choose one or the other. You're not bothering me?
I knew it. You listen to me because you care about me, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
Ugh, go away, Hanneman. Leave us alone. And stop making me shout. It causes the old wound to hurt again.
Okay, what doesn't cause your wound to hurt?
Then perhaps you'd best stay quiet. Keep your emotions in check, I'd say.
Let's stop this now.
Don't worry, Professor. We do this all the time.
Oh, really?
Indeed. Manuela and I do not mix well. Been true for years. That said, if it were up to me, I would prefer speaking to her in a calmer manner.
It's not like I enjoy bickering with you, so maybe keep your mouth shut more often.
I state that which needs to be heard. For example...
Let's stop this now.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Same. Apologies. I am here because I have new information on the Death Knight's hiding.
What? Really? You could have started with that.
Several students have reported possible sightings on the western edge of the sealed forest. While the authenticity of these reports has yet to be verified, it is still a very real possibility. I was thinking I would report this to Sethith as a precaution.
What? Why? We can't be slow. He's going to get away.
Protocol on this matter requires reporting to Seton, then Lady Rhea, then...
Professor, let's leave this old geezer behind and get going.
Old geezer? I am barely 15 years your senior. I will not hear such...
Stop talking. Let's gather a team and get going.
I agree. Whatever gets you two to stop
I'll go scout
arguing.
ahead. I'm coming for you, Death Knight.
Maybe you should just chill a little. I mean, my dad died, and I lost my other half, and I'm handling it pretty okay right now. You just got a tiny stab wound.
Manuela, wait. It would not do to get yourself killed without someone to avenge you.
Wait, you skipped the part about protecting her straight to if you die, there will be no one to avenge you. All right. Wonderful. I can see that Manuela and Hanneman have an ongoing long relationship, and they are complete opposites, which I think is funny because their dynamic is kind of hilarious. Anyways, it barely even matters who I bring on this mission, but let's bring whoever. What are we dealing with here? There's a bandit leader who's going to drop a killer axe, I think, or he may not even drop it. There's a bunch of flying units. For some reason, this bandit is a swordmaster? It's kind of strange, but okay. So, looking over some of the people we got, basically Petra is like Ignatz for Edelgard's house. Linhardt is a healer. Ash is an archer. Caspar is a brigand. Dorothea is a mage. Mercedes is a priest. Sylvain's a cavalier. Despite how much I like them, I really don't have any room for them in my roster currently, as it is currently filled with, you know, a lot of people. I can barely bring like 3 people on this mission. So we'll be right back when the mission's over.
Manuela's in a tough spot, Professor. Even if she's only got herself to blame, we cannot abandon her.
We have plenty of visitors today. Let's stop their annoying rescue attempt.
Rescue? I guess they're thinking we're here to rescue Manuela.
Woman.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. They've noticed me. Here they come.
Ready and willing.
It's no problem, Manuela. We can save you. By the way, this is the first time we get to see Nox in this new class. Oh, I think his animation's changed.
As expected.
He actually has a martial arts pose now, which is awesome. By the way, you guys are also saying that new class that Nox unlocked is apparently really good, and as soon as I master the grappler, I should switch to it. Because it apparently covers all types of weapons and magic and stuff like that, so I will make sure to do that. Oh, we got another experience gem. Okay. Claude, you can just keep that on you for right now, actually. You don't really need it, but...
What a bunch of meddlesome losers. Maybe we should take a hostage for leverage.
Where are you gonna find a hostage?
Capture that woman. We'll show them what the Death God gang's made of.
Oh my god, you guys are such edgelords. You named yourself the Death God Gang? He's like, yeah, what of it? It's cool, isn't it? It's like, no, it's not. It's the worst name I've ever heard.
Death God Gang? What kind of childish nonsense? Where's the Death Knight?
Don't tell me you're misinformed. Oh no. She got some bad info. Or at least heard the word death in the title and was like, oh, this is worth investigating. One of the comments that I read from one of you guys last time, I actually really like and really agree with. Someone commented on how they like how in each of my Fire Emblem LPs, the main character kind of gets a few sets of different personality traits that they don't really have in base game because of just how much I like to change the characters in my brain. And I don't know, that's what finds that's what I think is the most fun part about playing these games with you guys, is not necessarily just playing the game and having you guys watch, but I guess almost kind of changing a group of people's perspective of what these characters look like and how they act. Like, I'm sure many of you have some set idea of what a character's like, and it's not because of that's how they're actually like, Nephany being the prime example. It's mainly because that's the way you experienced it with me, or maybe you already even experienced the game a first time, but you like whatever goofy rendition of a character I set out to create.
But victory is
I don't really
mine.
set out to create them, they just kind of exist at the end of the day. But you know what I mean. I think it's really cool. It's one of my favorite parts about doing LPs, I guess. Felix has been using the lemon sword a lot more lately.
Next time, bring her fresh.
But it's because even though he doesn't do... That's actually the first rapier we found. It is a 7 might, 10 crit, E-rank sword that does extra damage to cavalry and armor. That is really not that bad, honestly. And this should end it.
We are the Death God Gang. We're all unstoppable.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Not good enough.
Felix's crest, especially now that he has that shield, is freaking strong.
Manuela, are you uninjured?
A few scrapes and bruises, but yes, I'm well enough.
I wonder what the reward is for this one, because I don't think it's going to be a relic weapon. We already got the experience gem, which is pretty nice. So I'm not going to complain about that. We got a battalion. The Maculi Evil Repelling Company. What? What is this? It sounds like a group of ridiculous, like, cartoon paladins. Like WoW paladins. We also got the Indetch Sword Fighters. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully those, these battalions are pretty good, because we didn't get a relic or anything. I mean, so far. Usually the relic shows up in, like, the
How
after
could anyone
cutscene.
think that was the Death Knight? It was obviously just an ordinary bandit. Oh well, I may not have found my revenge, but at least we got to retrieve stolen goods.
Manuela, you unthinking fool.
Hanneman, I've heard enough already.
How bloody stupid of you! If that were the real Death Knight, you'd have new, likely fatal wounds to match your first. Do you know how much you worried all of us? You should be ashamed.
Oh, no.
Hanneman's right.
Exactly. You are supposed to set an example for our students, yet you let emotion get the better of you?
You're right. So there, I said that. It's true, but... I'm sorry. I'll apologize to everyone later.
I should say I'm sorry as well. I lost my temper just now. I see you act so irrationally and I lose my wits. I care about you a great deal and wish to see you safe. Will you believe me?
Yes, of course. I'm the same way after all. I let my emotions get the best of me. We're both too old to be shouting all the time.
So, everyone is friends again?
You're awfully quick to put a bow on this. Are you sick of us already,
Yes.
Professor?
You're part of this, Professor. We are the only teachers this academy has. No need for bickering.
Well said, Hanneman. Would you care to join me for a celebratory drink?
That sounds lovely. Perhaps a nice cup of tea is in order.
Oh, wow, they actually do hang out. Well, that was that. No big relic weapon at the end, but we got some battalions. And now for the last paralog we have, which is Sylvain's. Maybe it'll teach me a bit more about him. Because so far, all I've seen is yell at girls about crests. And I have not been impressed, but as I said...
Hey, Professor.
I've seen also like a lot of people saying like,
"Are you working today?"
Whoops.
You gotta take a day
I have auto
sometime.
advance on.
Get out in the world
Didn't
and
mean
have some fun.
to have that. I also saw a lot of people like, this is why I don't recruit a bunch of people, because then I don't use them, and then I don't have any freaking like idea what their character is. And the reason I recruit everyone isn't necessarily because I'm going to use them or because they're useful. It's because when you recruit people, it is the only way to get certain cross-house supports. For example, there are supports I bet some of you guys who have played through this game multiple times may have never seen, just because you haven't recruited everyone and used them in a certain, I guess in a certain pairing like I have. There's a lot to be seen in this game, and it does require me recruiting everyone. Now, do I actually have to recruit everyone? No, that's a bit excessive, but it's just something I wanted to do myself, and I quite enjoyed it. Minus Ferdinand, it's nothing against Ferdinand, it's just he's last on the list. I ran out of time, and he wants a skill from me that I have absolutely no training in. That's not a bad idea.
Right? Sometimes you gotta forget all the things you ought to do and focus on what you'd rather do. Hey, we should go get something to eat. My treat.
I'm on to you, but okay. No, thank you.
Ah, fine. You're missing out, though. I need to ask a favor, and I wanted a way to work up the courage to ask you.
Is this about a girl?
No, for once, it's not about a girl. There are thieves in my family's territory. I was wondering if you'd go with me to drive them off. You remember the thief leader you fought at Conan Tower, yeah?
Yeah? Micklin.
That's right. Although he's dead now, what's left of his band of thieves is causing trouble in Gautier territory. My father has asked me to come home and put down those murderous jerks. But he's asked for me to come alone. No knights, no backup of any sort. That's crazy, right?
The hell is your dad thinking? Yeah, that's crazy.
And the way my father is, he probably has some other motive that I'll never know.
Sylvain, as much as I dislike you, I'm not gonna send you out on a suicide mission.
Maybe he just wants me to get some more experience in battle. A crazy way to suggest it, though. Anyway, I'm not going alone, no matter what he asks. I'm going to ask some of the others in our class to help too, but none of us have your experience. If you'd come with us, I'd be grateful.
I think it's kind of funny now that everyone's in our house. It's like every time I do one of these paralogs, I take literally every student in the entire school except the house leaders to do Ferdinand and Hubert. That's it. Of course. Let's go, buddy.
Great.
Let's slaughter this group of level 13s.
Thanks,
So, what's the objective? Oh, hold on. There's a bunch of guys in the middle with stuff. Goddess ring, a short spear, an energy drop, a magic staff. Those are all nice. A speed wing, an advanced seal. So, what I get the feeling that it's telling me is I need to get Claude over there as quickly as possible. Which means we can do that via... Lawrence, I don't know. We can do that via... Wait, Manuel? Oh, that's right. The last mission left you guys in here. No, I don't need you here right now. Okay, let's do this then. Begin battle, rout the enemy. Nox, Claude, or Sylvain falls in battle.
Okay, we've got the thieves covered on both sides. Some of the thieves are still carrying what they stole, so we have a chance to get it back. Gotta be careful though. They'll run off faster than a nobleman's daughter if we just rush in.
Interesting analogy.
Target the strongholds to cut off their escape routes.
So we just camp in the corners. I just realized how many people there are on this map. It's kind of ridiculous, actually.
I stand ready.
Luckily, getting to these corners is not very risky, actually. Lawrence can solo tank nearly this whole group of people by himself. So I'm not really worried about him, to be honest. Or at least I'm thinking he can. There's a possibility he can't.
My father is offering a reward for every thief and rogue we take out.
The more you beat, the more you get.
Ooh, okay.
Just
yeah.
remember, you gotta take them down fast. They'll bolt as soon as they're hurt. Take the strongholds and we cut off their escape route.
Alright, defeat the thieves before they retreat. You can get rewards based on how many you defeat.
Stay focused.
Alright. Well then, Nox, care to help him out? I actually do like it, one of the changes they made, and that changes, I really like the fact that the paralogs don't scale with you anymore. I'm gonna be honest, I really hated that. And you may be thinking, like, why would you hate it, Xeno? It brings a consistent level of challenge to the game. And honestly, it just was kind of annoying. Sometimes it would feel like, because I showed up at a certain time in the story, a paralog will just become ridiculously difficult in, like, the scaling for some of the like, I'm speaking, like, Fates and Awakening. I'm not sure if Awakening's paralog scaled, but I know Fates did. And that was not fun, for me at least. So, let's warp you up here.
Let's get to it.
Leonie head up here. So we're all their escape routes. There's one down here. There's one down here. Okay, yeah, we'll get them all covered in no time.
Oh, no. I'm not sticking around here to get slaughtered by a bunch of stuck-up jerks like you.
That's the spirit.
Well, you're dead, Mr. Thief Leader.
Okay, that'll do it. This exit route is blocked off. Very good. Now let's keep cool and take out the other strongholds.
It's actually still turn 1, so we're gonna be able to do this in no time. Hello, other bandit leader. Would you like to meet Hilda and her friend Steel Axe Plus? She might actually miss the second swing. Oh, no, she got it.
That's one more stronghold taken, and one more escape route blocked. There are still some...
Yep, heard you, Sylvain.
You were outmatched.
Oh, hey! Lysithia finally hit level A in Reason and learned Haze? What does that do? Has no Omega symbol next to it. Advanced Dark Magic calls on the morbid might of the underworld. Oh, it has 18 might! And 10 crit. Weighs like a truck, though, and you can only use it twice, but heck, I could see it being useful. Okay, so I'm gonna say this right here and now. If we get a relic weapon at the end of this, Sylvain's paralog is probably the most worth it in the entire game. It would probably be difficult at the level it suggests, which is level 13. It'd probably be quite a bit more challenging than it is me just kind of stomping over it now. But you get like 6 items, and I don't even know what the item is for stopping all of them from leaving. So, we're about to see. Uh-oh, I just realized something, though. I just realized something pretty bad. Oh, actually, no, I can fix this. There we go, Sylvain. You're gonna get the last kill. Never mind, you missed. Claude may die. Actually, no, he'll be fine. What? Oh, Kanto. Forgot. Claude will live. Done.
How do you like that?
That's the last of them. Great work, everyone. Thieves everywhere. I can't believe this is what the world is coming to. At least we've restored the peace here, even if it's only for a little while.
You defeated all of the thieves. Extra large bully. Yeah, okay. This is the most worth it paralog in the game so far. And we get a longbow, which is nice to have. And a talisman? This paralog gave me like 9 items. if there's a relic weapon on top of this, it's like, holy crap, Sylvain. This singular paralog made your entire recruitment worth it. And we get a battalion. The Gautier Knights. Sick. I wonder if we get that spear
Professor,
that his brother
thank
had
you for your help.
as a reward, but that really make any sense? I thought Rhea grabbed it.
We drove off the thieves and got a reward from my father. Job well done, eh? Although, I don't know how to feel about this particular reward.
Oh,
I guess that's
it
why
is.
my father tasked me with this mission. He wanted me to prove myself worthy of this relic. This weapon, the Lance of Ruin, it killed my brother. And now it's mine.
Isn't that dangerous?
Not remotely. I bear the crest of Gautier. The same crest my brother wished for his whole life, but never came to possess.
You're still thinking about your brother, aren't you?
I suppose I am. Miquelon hated me from the moment he found out I had a crest and he didn't. He was selfish and egotistical. I know it's not right to say bad things about the dead, but he earned it. Even now, I'm still cleaning up his messes. I have to wonder, though, what if it was the other way around? If he had the crest, and I didn't, would I be the one my father thought was worth forgetting? Or would my fate have been wholly unlike his?
Thinking like that won't get you anywhere.
You're probably right, Professor. It's not like me, is it? I don't pray much. But I think I'm going to pray for those who lost their lives to the thieves tonight. And for all of us. I'm afraid there are more days like these coming our way.
What makes you say that? That quote makes a lot more sense if you do it earlier on.
Faerghus has always been a cold place. Never very well-to-do. Until about 10 years ago, our region was a battlefield for the people of the Sreng region to the north. And after the late king fell, the whole kingdom became unstable. So, it's no real surprise that more and more people are resorting to thievery, just to survive. And there are those rumors of the current regent being too busy chasing the ladies to bother with governing. Don't worry, I get the irony. The whole damn kingdom is in decline because of nonsense like that. I'm hoping once we get Dimitri on the throne, everything will get better. Anyway, I'll leave it up to you to decide how you want to use our reward, including the Lance of Ruin. I know I can trust you with it until you think I'm ready. And Professor, if I could, I'd still like to buy you a meal sometime.
Sure thing, Sylvain. You another favor to ask?
No, I'm just asking a friend to hang out, that's all. Again, though, thank you for everything, Professor. I couldn't have done it alone.
I suppose you're okay. Lance of Ruin. Hold on a second. 22 might? 20 crits? You only need an E rank? And the crest bearer can use Ruin Sky. This makes Ingrid's relic look like garbage. I'm being honest right now. Of course, we won't have anyone with that crest, to my knowledge, to hand it to, but I'm sure one of our spearmen could make proper use of it. Lawrence could probably use it, actually. And that was the last week we get before the end of this month in this, whatever this ceremony is. We don't even get another week of teaching. Of course, Lysithea. I'm gonna do my best to get Lysithea the best tea party she's ever had. Actually, we've already had a tea party before. But, have sweet apple blend.
Did you call me? Oh, this is my favorite tea. Do you, have sugar? Lots, please. I am
Have some tea.
I feel at ease.
Should I start a segment at the end of, like, I don't mean in-game month, I mean real month. It's just tea time with Xeno. Let's talk about... You seem well, heart racing. I doubt she wants to talk about a gambit, but... Oh no, she does. Courtyard couple, the view from the bridge, a dinner invitation. View from the bridge. What? You don't care? You care more about dinner? I guess you like eating. But every time someone invites you to go somewhere, you're like, no, I gotta study. Leave me alone. You seem different.
Talking to you feels worth my time. I feel there's a lot I can learn from you.
I feel like after like a certain point of professor level, admonish, disagree, laugh. Wait, that still counts as a perfect tea time? Huh. I guess it's because I chose her favorite tea. I think I actually already looked at your face before, Lysithea, now that I think about it. But just to be sure.
This is delicious. Tea is nice and all, but it's not much good when you don't have sweets to go with it.
I 100% agree with that. Well, no, I don't actually. I disagree with that. Sweets are nice to have with tea.
Pretty unique, huh?
Yeah, you have the same hair color as a certain something coming soon to the channel. Here, have the last GIF, GIF. Yeah, here, Lysithea, have this meme in GIF format. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you.
It's the last one I have.
That tea was delicious. Invite me again sometime. See ya.
Nox and Lysithea enjoyed their time together, and their charm increased. Mine didn't. And here's the grand day. Everything's going to happen. Anyways, I'm going to end this episode here because I want to give, I love giving the end of month missions all the attention they need. So I can't wait to partake in this next mission and get it done and see what's gonna happen, because obviously, since this is our last month to do anything, this ceremony's gonna cause something to happen. I don't know what, but whatever it is, it's a point of no return. Anyways, if you liked today's video, please leave a like. I'd appreciate it very much. And leave comments down below as usual. If you have anything to say, I will be reading those. Subscribe if you want more. See you next time. Raiden out.